sure you want to take this because what I might say might get all us in trouble.
Well, you know, we about that life, and I love taking that risk. So, like I said, when we started tonight, you got a phone call. Your phone call was on some bullshit. So, give us a breakdown of what happened, and then we'll talk about why we call these U-turn relationships.
First of all, it's an ex that's been around for 12 years on and off. And it's like he comes around, he thinks it's convenient for me to want him. But he's been gone for 3 years now, so it's not the same person he was dealing with in the beginning. So it's more of a like, he is on the, I'm a homebody and you're in the streets type dude, and I'm not that dude.
Red flag.
And I'm not a dude that stay in the street. Like if anybody know us, our clique, this is our birthday time. Starting with Sean, then me, then Tate, and plus a lot of my cousins are born within the month of November as well. So I'm always partying this time of year. I can't help it.
So, essentially, y'all have been broken up for a while.
How long? Technically.
So y'all were just getting to know.
Situation and it just strung itself along over the years, so we got close because of time. It wasn't because we did a relationship together. It was because of the amount of time we spent around each other off and on.
So was this a situationship, or was this actually like we're in a monogamous relationship?
You can't be in a monogamous relationship with somebody who's bisexual.
You feel that way, friend?
You can't trust them.
I'm fucking bisexual. Yeah. Wait a minute, I'm confused.
I'm just saying because I know him and he has done things.
Don't tell me you one of them gays that think that you fucking with a nigga that's only fucking with you because it's you. I want to rephrase
on that then because it's him. I seen his actions and I can't trust what he does because he showed me who he is.
Well, then, okay, why can't you trust? What is it that he shows you?
A lot of stuff. Like he is. Y'all,
give me 2
years.
Give me 2.
So think about it.
First of all, what makes this relationship keep coming back to you? What do you feel like is the reason why you keep First of all, Sean, have you been in this situation?
Yes.
Okay, so my question is for both of y'all. What makes these people keep coming around? Because y'all know me. Once I keep that to the curve, it's a wrap. Ain't no need of going back. Ain't no researching why it didn't work and how it could work. I don't want no parts of it. So why do y'all feel like it keep coming around?
I'm gonna say my issue is I believe in second chances, but sometimes second chances, you know, you just cannot do that. And then after that, I'm like, you know what? It was a lesson learned. Trust and believe. I've learned from it. I don't do second chances no more. So I'm taking it out to my cousin. When I'm done now.
Now, I'm going to be real. Are you really living this life?
I'm living the life now. It took me a minute to get there, but trust and believe I'm living that life now.
Okay, cool. And Leprechaun, why do you keep giving this dude the opportunity?
I'm with that. Maybe this time it'll be different. Maybe it'll be better than last time.
Why would it be any different?
Well, this time, to speak frankly, he's off drugs this time.
Oh, so you got one of them niggas. Oh,
yeah. So shit. He is different now because he's quiet. And
so
I ain't used to that.
Okay, let's get to the nitty gritty.
12 and 13.
So wait. So if you used to him being on 12 and 13, and he used to you being on what? 10?
I don't know what you think I was on. He must think I was on 0 because he's talking like I just party hard now all of a sudden.
So now you the wild one.
Yeah, and it's the kind of conversation right now. I'm the wild one in this situation, and I'm the older one in the situation. So I don't.
What's
understand.
the age difference?
Ooh.
Say it.
12 years.
Damn, you got your old young tenderoni.
12 whole years.
But you know what? I didn't know how. I love an old daddy, but I say if I'm still single, by like the age of like, let's say 42, I'm gonna be like that dude that would like have the penthouse and the little young dude on the side, and he be cute as hell. You'll know that he with me because of my money, but I so can see this shit flipping. Like I want to be the sugar baby right now, but if I gotta show these sugar daddies how to do it, I'll be a sugar daddy in a heartbeat.
And they think I am one, but I'm not.
Leprechaun, they call you Leprechaun for a reason. You know what a pot of gold is, or do you have a pot of gold?
Yeah,
I ain't even gonna let him answer that. We're not gonna do that. No.
No, don't answer.
Kids watch this. So for real, why do you? What is it about you that you think has them keep circling around and coming back to you? after, and then this is really what I want to focus on, especially in sobriety. So what is it? Sobriety. So especially in sobriety, why would they want to come back? Sobriety. Wait a minute, y'all. So, sobriety. I don't believe in that life, so I don't know it. Sobriety.
There we go. That's it. That's fine.
Why do they want to come to you even during? Wait a minute. Sobriety.
I don't know. It was weird because I was out on an adventure, so he was there. I was out with my guy kids.
How do y'all get back in contact? First of all, let's start there.
Because I got the same number for the last 14 years.
So did you make a post, like a thirst trap post? Because I do that. I'll throw a post up there because I know I want somebody's attention. It never fails. It's always that one crusty ass one that hangs around, that keeps coming around. The UTurn relationship candidate always picks up on those thirst traps. So what did you do to make him think about you or dial you?
I guess because I treated him well in the past. Because I guess that's the reason for it. Because I can't even say why.
Tell us the kind of lover you are.
I'm very passionate, very loyal, very real with you. But I ain't gonna take care of you. You gotta come with something.
Okay. What other kind of lover you are, Sean?
Let's see.
I need to re-ask that because I just. What kind of lover are you, Sean? No more rosé, please. No more rosé. What kind of lover are you, Sean?
I mean, I'm a 50-50 kind of. I'm 50-50. You know, you come with your half. I'm definitely gonna come with mine. Ain't no shame in my game, you know, because I take care of mine.
Yo, sugar daddy want to be ass.
But I don't want to be nobody's sugar daddy. I don't want to be nobody's sugar baby either. But no, definitely, you know, somebody, you know, I'm a passionate person.
Be a sugar baby.
No.
I can be a sugar baby too.
No,
I could.
I'm Gucci on that. No.
I do
You
it.
be the sugar baby.
Now I'm wiser. I know how to do it because I've been in a situation where I could say I was a sugar baby, but right. But now, like long-term situationship, I could definitely figure that out, and I could do it. I could do that. I feel like that comes with age, though. You have to really be able to vocalize your standards, and I think that there's so many cute ass young girls out here and cute ass young boys out here that are given that opportunity, and they kind of degrade themselves, and they don't necessarily in the moment understand that they're degrading themselves, but it's standards with that, and it's so much sexier for you to be able to say you got your own dough and you don't need nobody and you just play with somebody else's money. And that's what a lot of young kids don't understand. They think that sugar baby life, sugar baby TikTok, sugar baby Instagram, all that bullshit, they think that's legit, but it's really not. But you ain't a bad bitch until you got your own and you just play with somebody else's. Don't say I didn't tell you. So with that being said, let's talk about the pros of a UTurn relationship other than it being convenient and comfortable.
That's all it really.
So y'all agree with me on that?
You know them, so you ain't got to work again to know anybody.
Do you think that that's what makes them tempting to the human being? The fact that it's something that's comfortable, something that you know. But do you really know, and are you really comfortable after you've been broken up? If you've been broken up for 3 years, 4 years, 5 years.
I mean, I look at it as it's like you said, being comfortable. I already know you because getting to know somebody, it is a job in itself. And don't nobody got time for that, especially if you've already been broken up with somebody for a minute. Like, why not try to give it another chance? You know, which that's what my situation was. But again, you know, you got to take it like it is. Either they've changed or they haven't.
I thought you would say take it like it is, either big or small, but okay. Leprechaun, what you... Diego just looked at me like, you cannot believe I said that. Go ahead, Leprechaun, what do you think?
I think, like, dealing with those kind of exes, like I'm dealing with right now, is a situationship of... And I had stopped playing for some months, for some years, actually. So I'm back on the scene again, dating, so when he came along, I was like, ooh... It might just be fun to talk to him again.
Fun. So now you playing with people.
Playing with his emotions?
No.
Sean, he playing with it. He playing with his emotions. He lying.
What you mean fun? Break it down.
Okay, fun.
Elaborate fun. Because, in our industry, fun can mean a lot of things. Break that down.
No. You're not going to do that, Sean. Because I just said that. And everybody got on to me talking about, oh, you think it's different? And I was like, no. But yeah, I do think it's different. It's men on, well. It's different. It's men on men. So, I feel like it's different. But that's just my opinion.
I thought it would be different this time because he was clean off drugs.
Let's talk about addict. Okay. Do they ever get clean?
Yeah, they do.
I don't.
I do. I've seen it happen, but
I don't.
I think they always go back.
Reggie, you disagree?
Ex-father-in-law, 30-some years old.
Oh. What do you think?
My mama been 35 years old.
So y'all believe that?
Yeah.
Now.
Well, to say that you can is taking away what God to save God.
Okay. Now you said, Patman, the producer. Can you hear him? You can hear that. Say, I want you to say that one more time, a little bit louder, so we can make sure that we capture that on the audio. Because let me say why I want to make sure you get that captured. That just in this very instance completely changed how I look at it. So go ahead and say that.
I disagree. Two main reasons. Christ said, He said, I can do all things through Christ Jesus who strengthens me. So to say that you don't believe that they can come clean is to say that God don't have the power to change folks. So
I stand corrected.
And my ex-father-in-law is 35 years or 32 or 35 years clean. So I trust what the word say, and He's giving me a living witness in my life.
My counselor celebrated 30 years sober my fourth month.
So
wow.
So it can.
I would like to.
And I want to shout out Pac-Man producer for that because he cold turkey, right? Just quit drinking.
Yep.
And it's been how long?
It'll be 6 months in December.
So I want to shout that out because that's huge.
Congrats to that.
And what were you saying?
I would like to say also, it's not necessarily about the drugs being on or off the drugs. If your disposition is terrible, even before drugs, when you clean, you still got a terrible disposition.
You got a point there.
That's very true too.
You got a point there. I like that you threw that in there because that is very important. And I think that is something that nobody factors in. And like I said, what you just said really just changed my thought process. I personally feel that way because I feel like I understand that. And I don't know if y'all heard Diego earlier. They was like, eventually they're going to go back. You know what you said, Diego? I think the same thing. You think the same thing, but let's be very transparent right now. That's because you feel that way as well, Will? No? You feel like somebody can be clean once they're off of drugs, alcohol, whatever the case may be? You do?
With support.
Thank you. Me and you are exactly what I was about to say, and Sean too. I feel like Sean can relate to it too. We actually not even saw, but we see the other side of it. Now, I want to clarify something right now. Where I see it, I don't judge that individual. I love that individual. That individual is the biggest supporter in being in my life, and I will fuck somebody up for that individual. But because of that and the shit that comes with that, I just feel the way I feel. But I want to shout Reggie out because there's been a lot of confusion with our podcast, period. And I was going to mention this earlier, and it's been a lot of like, well, what are you doing? Why are you doing what you're doing? And it's just random. At the end of the day, I'm being taught a lesson in front of the world, essentially, or internet, that you don't control shit. And I have really been working on not fighting what comes to me. And with that being said, I have been going with the flow. But the purpose of Soul Esteem Session is for these very moments right here. And I must say that what you just said, Reggie, brought hope in my eyes and my life. So shout out to you for that. What else did you want to say? I know you want to say something else.
It's you speaking from your perspective, and you can't go wrong from speaking for what's in front of it. But it's always good to understand my perspective is, because even with me, my perspective may be whatever, but my perspective don't speak for the whole world. And the reality is, if you constantly go with the flow, why do you have a podcast? Because everybody's doing that way.
Yeah.
So your purpose in your podcast and your life and your treatment of others is not to go with the flow, but go with what's proper.
I'm so glad you said that, because I was going to make a very valid point, because me and Diego have been reviewing information that we've been getting back, feedback that we've been getting back from our podcast. And a lot of people are like, well, what do y'all do? What do you do? And the only thing that I could tell Diego was, I'm not worried about that. They need to just be present and get whatever they get from whatever they get at that time. There's no outline, there's no agenda, and we don't owe that. And I admire what you just said, because I think being present in any moment solves so many issues. For one, a lot of people are like, I can't get out of my head. Be present and watch how it just solves that issue. Sometimes you miss what lesson you need to learn to move forward if you are too worried about the future or too worried about the past. Do you think it's possible for two people to, in a situation, go with a gap of time with one another and then make shit work and make shit successful? Do you think it?
I think it is possible. But see, you both have to be on the same path to make that happen. You can't have one that's trying to be successful in life and another one that's trying to, well, we're not going to go there, but you know what the other person is trying to do. So.
No, go there. I want to know.
I want to know too.
You could have the other person giving 20% of your relationship, basically you in a relationship by yourself, because they out there with all the Tom, Dick, and
Have you done that?
You know what I mean?
Have you done that?
I haven't done that, but I've been through that.
Okay. Oh, shade. Because I had to think about what you just said. Okay.
Exactly.
Now, you're single, right?
Yes.
So with that being said, I'm that kind of a person that want to do that because I am single. So because you are single, have you ever wanted to do that and see what the other side of this situation feels like?
It's been a thought, especially the older that I get. You know, you want to try new things and get out there and enjoy life.
Oh, kinky
Well,
ass.
you already been tied down forever. You know what I'm saying?
I'm done. Leprechaun, what do you say? What do you think, Leprechaun?
Okay, dealing with this dude or any other dude that have came back, because he's not the only one. But sticking with them, trying to see if, like I say, they'll change or not. Like I'm saying, this time he is so far out of the reach of. He quiet. Like I say, he's clean. So that being on 13.
Is he boring now?
Well, yes, a little.
Does he make you nervous?
Oh, definitely not.
Does he excite you? Does he please you?
Very much so.
So
Very
is
much
that
so.
the reason why you go back to this U-turn?
99.26.89 dot points, the most stuff, yes.
And you say he's younger than you? Where'd you meet him at?
Ooh, I gotta
Be
answer
honest.
this question.
Be honest. I want to
don't
know.
wanna be
Grinder or
honest.
Jack? Grinder or Jack? Or Adam for Adam? Which
Nope,
one?
none of those this time.
The street? Keller Road?
My homeboys, it was my homeboy's friend first.
Trifling.
I like Roxanne Shantae.
Jerry.
Damn, I
He didn't
watch out
want
for
it.
you then.
He didn't want him. He didn't want him, and I did.
Oh,
So
wow.
I took my chances and ended with the bullshit.
Oh,
Big facts.
well.
Very much so. So it was the risk I took, but it was the
What do you
satisfaction
have?
is really ready.
I want to
What do you have?
to this U-turn relationship because I want my ex back. I fucked up, right?
So that's a whole nother side of it.
I want a U-turn.
Do you feel like you're worthy of that U-turn?
I do.
Ooh. Why?
Why?
That's a big
Speak on that,
conversation.
I mean, honestly, like change mindset, more mature level of myself. Like, and I actually want everything to.
Why does she owe you that?
She doesn't owe me, but I will be honored to have it. She doesn't owe me.
What are you doing to get that? Is she giving you that like vibe?
Here and there, yes.
Do you think you're gonna get back in her life?
I would hope so.
Are you wasting other people's time while you try to get to her life? Are you? So you're not talking to nobody else?
No.
You know this is on the internet, right?
It's on the internet.
So you're not talking to nobody else.
_285. It's on the internet.
So you ain't having fun with nobody else?
Is this the one in Vegas?
Yeah.
Wow, that's a long distance. Yeah.
That's kinky. I'm into those right now. I think those will work perfectly.
How?
Because we're not in the same state, we're not in the same city. When I'm here, I feel like I'm single, and when I'm with you, I feel like I'm with somebody. And
that will work. That will work.
And I'm not gonna be eager to be in them streets because I know that like when I'm in DC, I feel like I'm gonna be in DC or Miami or New York. One of them. I feel like there's a dude in New York that I would hop on if he wanted to come back around with me. Older cat, kind of like you. Older cat. And he always took me very, very seriously. And I kind of just like, I don't want to say brushed him off. I just didn't, I never thought he took me serious, but he took me very serious. Like for instance,
You was young and dumb?
young and dumb. Like he would take me to nice ass nice ass restaurants and nice ass thoughtful dates, and I would show up in like some fucking sweats, and he'd have on like Cole Haan and like just very like took it very serious. And then he ended up. I was living. Let me tell you how God works. I was living in New York at the time, and he was here in Atlanta. And I manifested this man because he used to walk by my job every day. And I'll be like, I'm gonna fuck with him because he lived in some condos. And I was just like, oh, all the posh people live there. I'm like, that's the one I want. And I was living in New York at the time. He was living in Atlanta. And let me tell you how dumb you are when you're young. The reason I quit fucking with him is because he told me to catch the MARTA from the airport to his place. But it let me out right in front of his doorstep. Literally, Midtown train station. Right. He lived in the Metropolitans.
Okay.
Right there.
Exactly. Literally right across the street, and I was so offended that he wouldn't come pick me up. So fast forward the story. Years later, he ended up moving to New York, and I was in New York celebrating a birthday, and he was like, "Of course, I'm gonna take you out for your birthday." Took me out to an amazing restaurant. Of course. Now, because I was traveling, I was not prepared because I wasn't expecting him, and I showed up to this posh ass restaurant looking straight ratchet. Like I did not feel cute at all, and I was not feeling good at all either. And right, very much so. Amber Rose Pod vibes, and I left, had a great time, and I mean, reached out after the fact, but I could tell that he was like, oh, you still don't take me serious. But that was not the case. It just happened to end up that way. But I mean, I've been in on both sides, and it's just like, at the end of the day, I feel like if someone genuinely wants to be with you, they're genuinely going to be with you. No matter how many times you come around, no matter if you ignore their first efforts and getting to know you or offer you whatever they have to offer you, or no matter if they fucked up with you. So I do feel like for Cousin Will's situation, I feel like you got it's possible, and you can't. Everybody got limits. Right. What are your limits? What are your limits?
Liars.
What are your limits? What are your limits? What are your limits?
Lack of transparency and lack of consistency.
Trust issues. Lack of communication.
I'm with everybody. What everybody said. I'm with everyone for real. All of that. Yeah.
The reason I say consistent letdown, people gonna lie.
Okay.
Nobody's perfect.
Do you think lying is acceptable?
I'm not saying it's acceptable, but what I'm saying is it worth getting over? Because sometimes you gotta look at yourself and say, do I got something about me that they need to get over? Is there something in you that they had to get over to stay with you? And if the answer is yes, whether it's lying or fucking around or whatever, if there's something about you that they feel worth getting over, you should be able to reciprocate and say, okay. Yeah. That's why I say consistent letdown.
Yeah.
If you're constantly doing it, we got a problem.
Yeah.
Everybody should have room to say, okay, let's get back.
That's true.
Because if everybody did one and done, nobody would be with anybody.
How far can a lying go though? How did that work? The
that's
lying,
a good one.
like big lies, little lies, or what?
No white lies.
A lie is a lie. Yeah.
Okay.
Just saying this is what it is, and you're not telling what it is. Now you determine within yourself what you can handle. If you can handle it, fine. If you can't handle it, you gotta respectfully say we can't go no further.
Okay.
Because it leads to the question that's been burning with Sean, and I'm gonna let it go. That he said earlier. He made a comment about coming together for success. Do you sit down? Because everybody's version of success is not the same.
Exactly.
So
you're right about that.
Has that conversation of what is defined as success been discussed before you start laying down? Because if you have not truly discussed that, you're part of the problem.
Ooh.
You better
Please get off my feet. Get off my feet. Please get off my feet.
That does make a lot of sense. I agree with you on that.
I am with you
100%
100% on that.
100%.
Yeah.
I'm speaking personally. I've got a lot of bones in my closet. If you go to that door, I'm gonna tell you get the hell away from it.
Yeah.
So I have to understand. I can't forget my closet over there when I look at somebody else and they got a closet.
You know, it's funny you say that because my mom this whole week has been preaching this to me, and she kept saying this, and I feel like she's saying it directly to me, but she keeps saying everybody, because of a situation we're going through right now as a family, but she kept saying everybody's not like such and such. Some people actually do know how to forgive. And, you know, you've always said that sometimes you got to forgive because you got to look at the bigger picture of whatever the situation is going through. And I think that what you just hit on was a prime example of that, because we all got our shit in our own closet. So we can't hold nobody else with white gloves on and expect them for their wrongdoings, wrong beings, and the mistakes that we are allowed to make as a human being. I have a problem though when it comes to dating, because I don't know how to internalize that and practice that, not use that, but practice that thought process when it comes to forgiving, because like I said in the very beginning of this podcast, I don't believe in that. Once I'm done with you, I'm done with you. I will cut you off. I feel like things happen for a reason. I feel like I've taught my lesson that I am owed to you, and don't fuck up who's meant for you, and leave it at that. I don't necessarily feel like I need to come around. Now, let me balance this here. I'm recently in a situation where I knew somebody and I was around somebody a lot, and we've gone a long time without being around each other and running into each other and being around each other in the same environment. And now we're back in that area, and now I'm looking at them side-eyed like, well, I ain't never looked at you in that light. But is that fair because I've never had that experience with them on an intimate level? Is that different or is that the same?
Well, that's a good question. The main thing you have to look at is the common denominator.
Right.
What or how the situation keep happening. If a person tell me don't nobody ever want to hire me. Nobody? Start looking at yourself. Something you gotta look at yourself.
Right.
Yeah.
If you in your life keep having the same issue they call the separation, everybody start figuring out the common denominator. You have to look at the common denominator. You and I had a conversation before, and you had expressed to me, well, I didn't feel like I was invited. And I said, well, look at the big picture, cuz I wouldn't invite you to drive 500 or so many miles for you not to be invited.
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes we have to just look at everything.
Yeah.
We have to, because if we do, it's like if you compartmentalize a situation, you can make it fit how you want it to be. You could cast the blame when you compartmentalize anything.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same way with people, and I don't want to go there, but I struggle with folks who take the word of God and try to use it as a weapon.
Yeah.
Because they take a portion and make it seem like this.
Mm-hmm.
And you have to look at that with everything.
Right.
I can't take a second chance. Oh, okay. If you can sleep with that at night, fine.
Well, let me ask you this. So we can end things. And this is just I want to go around the room for this. What do you think about the fact that maybe the whole I don't go backwards mentality is a trend that you might necessarily feel like it is affecting just the human race as a whole? Or do you think there's some validity in the fact that you don't believe in going back to the past when it comes to these U-turn relationships? Because I'm a judger. I'm not gonna lie. If you tell me who you fucking with, and I know you got a pass with them, if they come back, you already know.
Side
Why are you wasting my breath? Go ahead.
It's a respect the person issue now. Every one of us been bought back. Ain't a person alive ain't been bought back.
No, that's true.
Either by the Lord or by our parents.
Right.
Okay.
You can't do that for someone else.
Okay.
But it has been given to you and you can't give it back. That's almost like.
Well, I wouldn't even ask y'all answer because y'all can't even say nothing other than that.
It's nothing else to
Then you
say.
start looking at
Right.
hypocrisy.
It's nothing else.
Right.
Start looking at hypocrisy.
Right.
Yeah.
But again, I don't ever point to no. I just look at it. We have to do an inventory before we look at anybody. Do your own inventory.
Right.
Yes.
Let the first person you see that you're gonna judge be in the mirror.
Stop there. We're gonna leave it at that. Friend, did we help you out today?
Yes, I see what I'm gonna do.
Do you feel bad for going around the second go around, or do you feel like do you feel better about your decision and giving that energy and giving it a second try?
Yeah, because I want to sit down and have a conversation face to face with him so I can see.
There you go.
So he can see where I'm coming from.
Will, would you give a second try? Do you feel like now you have a good running? Maybe what you should do is be smart and use your cousin, your favorite cousin, to get your bitch back and send her this podcast. I'm sorry, your lady back, and send her this podcast and let her see that you're worthy. You are worthy. God has brought you back already. You're worthy of a second chance. Be smart.
On that note, as far as taking people back on second chances, I feel like a lot of people don't go back to certain relationships because they're looking for that same problem. So anything that you do that reminds them of that last problem, red flag. You know what I mean? And they don't really connect.
So you don't feel like they should learn from their mistakes or their
I
past?
feel like they should, but a lot of people don't.
So but you fought them when they do, because that's what you're saying, right? I want to make sure I understand what you're saying. Say that one more time.
People go back into certain situations looking for the past mistake.
I do. If you're a stealer, I'm gonna look for you to steal from me again.
Not every situation is that, right? So you can't take me back as, all right, we're gonna try this again. But everything.
Now, wait, that makes sense. But can you fault me for looking for that same behavior?
Yes.
And I'm not saying
Really?
Yes, I can fault you.
Because do you look at
Shouldn't
it
be looking
because?
back anyway.
Okay.
Oh,
I guess you're saying
They
if you
ask me
accept me as the
quickly.
new me, you need to look at me as the new me.
Quickly.
Okay.
That's it.
I like that.
Don't look
I'll deal with that answer.
I
for real.
respect
I
that.
like that.
So if you give somebody a second chance, don't hold the past. If they say that's no longer them, that is no longer them.
Now, don't be stupid if they're doing the same thing. Of course, what the fuck?
You know that it ain't
Right.
changed.
Exactly.
That has happened.
to me. Had a lady friend. She cheated on me. Talked to her about why. We tried to discuss it. Tried to work with myself. We worked at it again. I thought things was good. Then her sister called me and said, "You've been doing too good for me not to tell you." doing me.
See, who had trust issues?
But here's the thing.
Will did. But
Yeah.
I
Will-
have
But
trust
here's the
issues,
thing.
so I
Me
get
too.
it.
Me
Here's the
too.
thing.
Me too.
I don't have
Me too.
trust issues.
I do.
I just
I
don't
do.
make.
All
I
day
won't make
long.
nobody else carry her luggage.
Well, I don't give a
Listen.
damn. Somebody can carry his
That's just me.
they luggage.
But I agree with you, Reggie. But just depending on how this situation was that you went through, like it's just everybody's situation is different.
If I'm
Like,
dating somebody and she handles me because of the guy prior to me did her a certain way, I'm out.
I can
I'm not strong
understand
enough
that
to carry
now.
that man's luggage.
Hello.
I know, I
Right
ain't trying to,
about
I
that.
ain't whether I'm strong
your
enough. I'm
own-
not going to carry nobody else's luggage.
Right. So
What was you gonna say,
I don't
Leprechaun?
have trust issues.
I like what Reggie said about the luggage because I didn't realize luggage was something they brought with them, but now I understand.
Yeah.
I don't need theirs and mine.
Yeah. And let's be 100. Let's be 100. Everybody ain't gonna tell you, and everybody ain't mentally in the space to own their shit and give you that disclosure before you accept them back. So at the end of the day, if you do accept somebody back and it doesn't work out, you can't hold it against the human race. You can't hold it against that individual. And that's part of taking the risk in what we call love. This is why they call love is a game.
You don't have to put this on there, but I'm gonna say this last thing. I'm gonna shut up. There's an asterisk behind everything I'm telling you. I'm 49. Like when I was 20 and 29, I might not have had this thought process. Life
changes.
has worked with me.
I completely agree. I'm being
Life
45.
has worked with me. I've been delivered from some stuff. I've been shown mercy on some things.
Right.
So I'm in a position knowing I'm not worthy, but the Lord blessed me anyhow. So because of that, I'm just saying it, that it be seen. I'm speaking from the age of 49. You brothers is in your 30s and stuff, and
Yeah.
except the 45-year-old.
And you know what? Hey. On that note, I can't even add to it. We're going to end on that note. I just want to say, this goes to show Solar Stream Sessions. We're talking from 30 all the way up to our 50s. You might as well say, because that's a blessing to reach nowadays. And I want to say thank you so much, Leprechaun, for coming today.
Oh, no problem. Glad to be here.
Thank you for stirring some shit up like you always do. Thank you, Sean, for coming through again.
Oh yes, most definitely.
Of course, everybody who makes this whole thing run, please make sure you check us out on YouTube. You already know, like, subscribe, and follow. And just remember, they might be actually worth a second chance. Just don't be a fool. Let them know you learned from the last time. And on that note, I hope you have a great day. And come check us out again for Solar Stream Sessions.
You'll see me again. Know that.
Yeah, oh, you're coming back?
Of course.
Oh, shit. We in trouble. Sean, I'm going to give you one opportunity. Say something.
Just check me out. I'm Sean the Realtor. Follow me
This
on IG.
greedy. Anyway, bye.